So today is the day that I'm going to be straining and making my dandelion and daisy balms. So I thought I would do a little video that just showed you how I do that. So these are two balms. I do all my infusions as much as I can, my herbal workings around the moons. So these two I picked on the full moon, and so I'm going to be straining them now, same as with these two. And you can just see, done on different days. The colours are, these are the daisies, and this is the dandelion oil, really rich and golden. At the same time, I'm also processing my nettles that I harvested, and these ones I dried in the dehydrator. And I just use my little Mezzaluna. So I dry them all out, chop them up roughly, or chop them up as fine as you like, and then pop them in the jar for use later. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I strain them, and then we're going to make a little balm. And I forgot to mention that I use either bits of cloth or bits of muslin. When I'm working with fresh herb, there's a lot of moisture content in there, so rather than putting a metal lid on, just put a piece of fabric and an elastic band, and then, you know, for me, a couple of weeks between the full moon and the new moon, and that's enough, and I can strain them when they're ready to go. So I'm going to start with the daisy balm. Daisies are amazing at helping bruises, sprains and strains. It basically works like arnica, but obviously much more readily available. And I just have my jug here with my strainer in and a bit of muslin, any kind of cloth that it's going to pour through. Tip it in, give it a good squeeze out, and all that lovely daisy goodness. And when you use little jam jars like this, these, you get around a cup of oil, and that's enough to make a few pots of balm. So I measure it by a cup. So that's just under a cup of oil. I've used grapeseed oil. By preference, I like to use hemp, but for some reason I'm struggling to get hold of that. So I pour that in my, I'll take you over there and show you in a bit, my double boiler that I got from eBay. So this is some hot water going on in here. Put this on the hob, and then for every roughly a cup of infused oil, I use good quality beeswax, about a tablespoon, possibly 2 tablespoons for every cup. As I've got just under a cup here, I'm going to use about a tablespoon and a half, and just really gently melt that over a very low heat until all the beeswax is dissolved. I prefer beeswax, for me it gives a better scent, but if you're vegan, you could use cocoa butter, coconut oil, soy wax, and so we'll just melt that and then pour it into little pots. There you go, an infused balm. Easy peasy. Hope you've enjoyed that and it's been useful for you. I do apologise for the state of my hair. I've been out in the garden potting up seeds and it's very rainy.